A tip for beginners or anyone learning to sew, first thing you want to do is get to know your machine. Any new machine, even if you aren't a beginner, you get a new machine, didn't have it before, read your manual. Go through your manual, read it, get to know your machine. Learn how to thread it. Here, 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 always make sure it's threaded. Learn how to put in your bobbin. There are different ways to put in bobbins. Mine kind of goes in through the side here. There's one that are ready to go on top. Getting to know your machine and how to thread it is beneficial. Most of the times, any problem you've had when your thread is bunching up, it's too loose, you will realize rethreading is probably the issue because it wasn't threaded right. If that's not the issue, it's still bunching, it is still loose, too tight, whatever. That's when you start to go to your tension. So my tension is right here. I always leave it at my same setting. This is just a straight stitch, so I don't have like zigzag settings or anything. But this is my tension dial. I leave it as is because my settings are the same throughout all the time. But this is where you would go learn where your tension dial, your settings are, your width. Another tip is if it's underneath, it's bunching up underneath, if it's too loose underneath, if you're looking at your stitches and it's underneath, what you're gonna remember is most likely the problem is coming from up top. So if you're going through and you see underneath you're having problems, it's most likely the tension on top is what you have to adjust. If you're having problems on the top and you're skipping stitches or you're too loose or it's too like going too tight, that's when you would look at the bottom. It's probably coming from the bottom, which is the bobbin area. So you would go and adjust underneath. Get to know your different feet that it comes with, your settings, get to know your machine. That way when a problem arises, skipping stitches, you'll know to go through these steps and you could most likely fix the issue yourself. Also remember to clean out your machine. So you would take out your plate, you would, I use a Q-tip. You can use like one of those mascara wands, I'm told, anything that you would gather like loose lint anywhere that would just kind of grab it. If you ever hear like a knocking where your needle's going and it kind of sounds rough, most likely you need to take all this out and go underneath where your feed dogs are. It's probably a buildup. I had that happen before and there was a lot of buildup of lint underneath there that I cleaned out. Once I did that, the problem was gone. So I do not recommend taking it apart because I wouldn't, but that's just me. I only go as far as to take this plate off and clean what I can see. I was always told never to use like compressed air because compressed air can just blow more of that lint back into like the motor area where you can't get at. And like I don't want to do that. So I just always stayed away from like compressed air. And instead I just use a Q-tip, anything long, just to grab all that extra lint. That happened to me. So it is an issue that can arise. So keep it clean. Always take it apart, keep it clean. Change your needle every time you feel like you need to. Skip stitches are a sign you probably need to change a needle. With that being said, I hope your takeaway from this video is read your manual, get to know your machine. Doesn't matter what kind of machine, learn how it works. Keep it clean, be good to it, and it'll be good to you. Happy sewing.